You were almost sideways. If I didn't check, see that you were sideways, you would have stayed sideways. But I fixed it. You're not sideways. Skint and dent. Appliance discount. Skint and dent. Hey! Where's the dent? Only Chad knows what that means. Yes, I do, Danny D. I know, and Jackie knows too, because they're in Shreveport, Louisiana. Yes, they are, Chad. Alright, I gotta stop and get gas. I could have just waited until I got there and finished getting gas, but what the hell, I thought I'd take you with me to get gas. Alright, now get gas. Just stick my nose out here real kind of sneakily. Make sure nobody's coming to run me down. I just washed our windshield, so you should have a nice clean view, but it's starting to fog up again, dang it. But I'm not going to use the windshield wipers because then it'll leave a mark. So we'll just let it defog on its own. Shouldn't take too long. Skint and dent, discount appliances. Skint and dent. Hey, where's the dent? I know what a dent is, but what is a skint? Skint and dent. Makes no sense. Why is that old lady so pissed off that she can't find a dent? I mean, I would think she'd be glad that she couldn't find a dent, because then it looks like there is no dent. But she's looking so hard for the dent, she gets all pissed off, wanting to know where this dent is. Where's the dent? I can't find the dent. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go look up skint and dent on YouTube. Made it down here in like what, 4 minutes? That's not too bad. I think today we're going to take the new route home, but only because it's Sunday and I don't have to deal with weekday rush hour traffic. Tried taking the new route home last Monday and it just did not work. I took it home last Sunday, and it did seem to get me where I was going a lot quicker. I do take the new route to work, and it gets me to work about 7.5 miles less than it took the old route. Scant dent. Now I'm going to be saying that all day. Thanks a lot, Chad. Thanks, Chadwick. Wonder if gas has gone up since the last time I was here. Last time I was here, it was 309. And it's still 309. Okay, now where am I going to park? I guess I'm going to go all the way around. Round and round I go, down and down I go. Hey, who's this guy? Alright, let's hope my card works. If it doesn't, you'll see me probably walking in front of the car. Pissed off as I have to go up to the cashier and pay. Let me see, how much gas do I need? I think about 20 bucks would do it. 25 maybe. Well, my card works on the pump, which is good for me because I didn't want to go up to the store because there's some crazy maniac standing out in front of the store screaming at the top of his lungs. I don't know who he's yelling at or what he's yelling about, but he's just like, rah, 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 rah. So I really didn't want to walk up there. When we leave, I'll probably take a little spin around the lot and let you see him if he's still out there. He's angry about something, or he's angry at someone. I don't know what. Well, not only did my pump work, did my card work on the pump, but I actually got a receipt out of the pump too. There you go. You need confirmation, date, time, and all that good stuff. It's right there. Can you see it? Can you see it over here? Can you see it up there? Can you see it down here? Can you see it somewhere in this vicinity? All right. kind of creep out here a little bit to see what this guy's up to. Seemed like there was somebody standing out there trying to calm him down. Let me creep up here a little bit. If he's still going at it, maybe I'll go by real slow. He's standing right over there. Can you see him? He's right over there in front of the store. Oops. Well, now somebody's handing him something. Is that the new way to panhandle? You stand there and you scream at the top of your lungs until somebody gives you something? Can you see him over there? And now he's happily chomping away on something. Here, I'll drive by real slow so you can get a look at him. I don't know, he's up to something. He's up to no good. 6:39 on a Sunday morning. He's out here screaming at the top of his lungs to people. I don't know if he's screaming at people or if he's screaming at imaginary things that he's seeing. I don't know what he's up to or what he's on. I just know I'm out of here. So today we're going to be listening to some more of those funny songs, quote unquote funny songs. I told you what that meant. I won't actually put that in the title of the video. It just comes up as funny songs. But if you've listened to these videos I've done before with funny songs, you'll know that the funny songs are actually played and hosted by a certain personality. I don't even know if I should say his name. Well, he's going to say it, so I guess it doesn't matter. It's an old Dr. Demento show. This one is the week after the last one we listened to. This one's May 24th, 1978. It's a two-parter. Well, it's a 2-hour show. We're going to hear it in 2 parts, today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, the topic of the week for this show will be stand-up comedians. I don't know if he's going to play any in the first hour. Maybe he will. Oh, I got to remember I'm getting on the 91 up here. I'll start that in a little bit. Let me get going on the 91. this Sunday driver. What do you mean? The speed limit still isn't 55? No, sorry. They changed it. Oh, I forgot to squeegee my roof. And all the dew that was on the roof is dripping down my back window that I just washed. Figures. Alright, so where are we going here? We're going 91 east. Which would be this lane we're in right now. Only doing this on Sundays. Freeway is a lot bumpier than my old route. That I don't like. Also a lot curvier too, which I don't like. It's like every other minute you're making a curve, and another curve, and another curve. restarted. I got one stop to make, but hopefully this will time out right.
It's time for the Dr. Demento Show, coming to you live on 97.1 KLSX by special arrangement with the Westwood One Radio Network. 2 hours of bad music and crazy comedy from out of the archives and off the wall. I'm Dr. Demento with your prescription for deranged discs, titillating tapes, stacks and stacks of laughing wax, featuring this evening Stephen Wright, Steve Martin, Emo Phillips, and many, many more, with some of the very funniest stand-up comedy bits of today and yesterday, demonstrating the laugh-making power of the spoken weird. We'll have some music too, of course. Musical Mike is here with me, and Jovial Joan.
Good evening, everyone.
And Carrie with a K.
Hello.
San Bernardino. And our new friend, Seth. Say hello, Seth.
Hi.
Hi, Seth. How are you doing? And Musical Will will do another debated news for us within the first half hour this evening. Our request lines are open in LA 520-9797 and in the 714 area 541-9797. I'll be right back with a gentleman who for the past several years has been the most requested stand-up comedian of all on the Dr. Demento Show. 97.1 KLSX Classic Dementia for Southern California.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, that we've enjoyed some good times this evening and enjoyed some laughter together, I feel it is my obligation to remind you of some of the negative, depressing, dangerous, life-threatening things that life is really all about. Things you have not been thinking about tonight, but which will be waiting for you as soon as you leave the theater or as soon as you turn off your television sets. Anal rape, quicksand, body lice, evil spirits, gridlock, acid rain, continental drift, labor violence, flash floods, rabies, torture, bad luck, calcium deficiency, falling rocks, cattle stampedes, bank failure, evil neighbors, killer bees, organ rejection, lynching, toxic waste, unstable dynamite, religious fanatics, prickly heat, price fixing, moral decay, hotel fires, loss of faith, stink bombs, bubonic plague, neo-Nazis, friction, serial weevils, failure of will, chain reaction, soil erosion, mail fraud, dry rot, voodoo curses, broken glass, snake bite, parasites, white slavery, public ridicule, faithless friends, random violence, breach of contract, family scandal, charlatans, transverse myelitis, structural defects, race riots, sunspots, rogue elephants, wax buildup, killer frost, jealous co-workers, root canals, mental fatigue, corporal punishment, sneak attacks, peer pressure, vigilantes, birth defects, false advertising, ungrateful children, financial ruin, mildew, loss of privileges, bad drugs, ill-fitting shoes, widespread chaos, Lou Gehrig's disease, stray bullets, runaway trains, chemical spills, locusts, airline food, shipwrecks, prowlers, bathtub accidents, faulty merchandise, terrorism, discrimination, wrongful cremation, carbon deposits, beef tapeworm, taxation without representation, escaped maniacs, sunburn, abandonment, threatening letters, entropy, 9-mile fever, poor workmanship, absentee landlords, solitary confinement, depletion of the ozone layer, unworthiness, intestinal bleeding, defrocked priests, loss of equilibrium, disgruntled employees, global warming, card sharps, poisoned meat, nuclear accidents, broken promises, contamination of the water supply, obscene phone calls, nuclear winter, wayward girls, mutual assured destruction, rampaging moose, the greenhouse effect, cluster headaches, social isolation, Dutch elm disease, the contraction of the universe, paper cuts, eternal damnation, the wrath of God, and paranoia!
Be so pushy, it amazes me. You know who's pushy? Motorcycle riders. You ever been sitting in a traffic jam? You're sitting in a traffic jam, 6 lanes of traffic going your way, and no one's moving. And you're sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, and all of a sudden you're yeah, well, if I were a motorcycle rider, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Because I'm a paranoid. I think ahead. I think that maybe someday someone's going to open their door. If I have to sit in this traffic jam, so do you. Okay? But I am a paranoid. I'm even trying to join Paranoia Anonymous, but they won't tell me where they meet.
It's easy to tell if you're paranoid. It's the way your mind works. Like when you're in a crowd and you hear someone yell, "Hey, stupid!" You turn around? I do too, yeah. Oh yes, when my phone stops ringing before I get to it, I call everyone I've ever known. Paranoids perform a great service. No one gives us credit, but we're the ones that check things out. For instance, what happens when the average person starts getting a lot of obscene phone calls? They change their phone number. $15. Did you ever think it could be the phone company? Well, they say there's no way to get back at the phone company. You know what I do? If I'm mad at the phone company, I call information. Even though I know the numbers in my directory. And when they give me the number, I go, yeah, I know.
Two different views of paranoia on the Dr. Demento show. That fellow you just heard is much better known for his musical numbers like A Wet Dream and Life in the Slow Lane, but he started out as a stand-up comedian. Kip Adada on 97.1 KLSX. That's from his first album, I Hope I'm Not Out of Line, which is no longer available. And our most requested stand-up comedian, George Carlin, with Things to Watch Out For, from George's latest album, still available, Playing With Your Head. As I mentioned, we will have a few musical interludes, and before I go any further, I want to salute Eddie Maxwell on his 75th birthday, which is tomorrow. Eddie's daughter, whose name is Casey, threw a swell birthday party last night for him and got a chance to meet a lot of fun people there. Well, Eddie Maxwell is the man who wrote the lyrics to my theme song, Pico and Sepulveda. He also wrote for a lot of TV shows, including I Love Lucy and Beanie and Cecil, and he wrote some material for Spike Jones, including this one, which Spike recorded with Homer and Jethro.
City, we was wondering where to go. A sign spelled out Mariachi up in lights above a show. We thought would be a western till the stage lit up with light. And 97 people sung without a horse inside. We couldn't understand them cause they spoke a foreign tongue. But we can give you some idea of what we think they sung. There's a fat guy in a clown suit. Tain't Halloween, that's for sure. Then this here feller, this punchy neller, begins to feller like we all was deep. That was Mariachi, and he sung. Invest in a tuba and somewhere other but Cuba. He sung about a lady who weighed 280. When she takes a powder, he just starts chirping louder, and he don't do a golden thing except to stand up there and sing. When we listen to Mariachi, we get itchy and scratchy. This sure is top corn, so we go and buy some popcorn. We hate to go back, but we can't get our dough back. Ain't no use complaining, cause outside it's a-raining. We're still in the dark theater, taking turns and napping, and waiting for something to happen. Mariachi, he ain't hurrying, but the folks on stage are worrying, and it sounds like catchy Turian's Labor Day. Then old Mariachi finds a guy, he's singing cheek to cheek, and with his wife he grabs a knife and stabs a louse who stole his spouse, and then he stabs a lady and himself. Tate Perry, sanitary. They all collapse, but old Mariachi sets up, then he gets up, sing, I'm dying, I am dying, I am dying. We start crying, cause to tell the truth, we're dying too.
up there, teams and places and everything, but I'm one of them farm boys. And I had an uncle who was a little off. Oh yeah, knocked down by Harley one day. And Harley Davidson, boy, hit him, shook anybody, going over a kid, wise guy going about 75 miles an hour and threw him in the side of a cement plant. But shook him a little, you know. Well, my Uncle Willard had this used pet shop. It was for used pets. And, yeah, there's always something wrong with them, you know. And so a guy came in one day and he said, how much is the doggy in the window? That doggy up there in front? That dog run you $1. $1 for a dog? Isn't that a little unusual? No. I don't know whether you noticed or not, he ain't got no claws on his right paw. Sort of a conversation business.
Yes, no, I wouldn't want that. What the devil's that over there?
Oh, that's an owl. I can give you him for $3.75. You wouldn't know it, he ain't got no feathers on his body. I got it down Biloxi, and there was a storm come up or something, put all his feathers off. And I've got purple feathers and chartreuse, and what you do is put a little secum on his belly, paste them on there, you know, put him there in the parlor, and well, it's conversation piece like a dog. Yes, I see. Oh, listen, incidentally, don't put your finger in that bowl. No, the reason took your finger off, didn't it? Oh, God, you know, it's a funny thing. We never have to beat that beast. Nothing. There's always some clown like yourself putting his finger in the bowl. Took it right off, didn't he? Oh, I bet that's smart, son. That's a fun, you know. Them things hit anything. Hit anything. Got him in Amber's on the river. I never got it. Some guy dropped off here one day. Over the beach out. Listen, I'll tell you what I can do. I can give you that kangaroo over there for 10 and a half. Come all the way from Australia. Most of them do. I got him as far as Quincy, and he fell off a platform and broke his tail. Now, you know, most of them sit back there on their tails like this. But this one, you got to lean against something.
No, I don't believe I'd want that.
I guess not. Listen, I've got a bull constructor there. It's pregnant. I can give you that, and there's a white rat, free. You want to see it? I'll let it out here. Oh, careful. Oh, Lord. Ma, come in here. That snake up and swallowed another customer.
There are so many ways to do stand-up comedy. You can tell stories like Bill Cosby. You can do one-liners like Henny Youngman or Bob Hope or Stephen Wright. You can banter with the audience like Howie Mandel. You can be coming to the Universal Amphitheater on June 5th. You can yell at people like Sam Kinison, or you can do characters. You can imitate real people, or you can invent characters of your own, like Jonathan Winters did so very well. Jonathan Winters there with his famous routine about the used pet shop. And before that, Homer and Jethro with Spike Jones and Pagliacci, comedy lyrics by Eddie Maxwell. Next on the Dr. Demento Show, 97.1 KLSX, we'll have Robin Williams, Whimsical Will's Demented News, and another stand-up comedian of some note, Mr. Woody Allen.
I was kidnapped once. I was standing in front of my schoolyard, and a black sedan pulls up. And two guys get out, and they say to me, do I want to go away with them to a land where everybody is fairies and elves? I could have all the comic books I want, chocolate and wax lips, you know. I said yes. And I got into the car with them, because I figured, you know, what the hell, I was home that weekend from college anyhow, you know. They drive me off, and they send a ransom note to my parents. And my father has bad reading habits. So he gets into bed at night with the ransom note. And he read half of it, you know. And he got drowsy and fell asleep. And then he lent it out, you know. Meanwhile, they take me to New Jersey, bound and gagged. And my parents finally realize that I'm kidnapped. They snap into action immediately. They rent out my room. The ransom note says for my father to leave $1,000 in a hollow tree in New Jersey. He has no trouble raising $1,000, but he gets a hernia carrying the hollow tree. get to our car. The FBI says, throw the kid out. We'll let you get to your car, but give us your guns. The kidnappers say, we'll throw the kid out. And let us keep our guns. We don't have to get to our car. The FBI says, keep the kid. The FBI decides to lob in tear gas, but they don't have tear gas. So several of the agents put on the death scene from Camille. Tear-stricken, my abductors give themselves up. They're sentenced to 15 years on a chain gang, and they escape, 12 of them chained together at the ankle, getting by the guards posing as an immense charm bracelet.
Howdy, this is Whimsical Will in Dementia Central with the D-Minute News.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Well, we've got ourselves in the middle of a 3-day weekend.
All right, party hard indeed.
And did you get into the Hollywood Bowl last night to see the Doobie Brothers?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I couldn't get in, so I was... And I parked from the bowl, you know, way back in the... where I could just barely... But I couldn't stay in one place very long, because security kept telling me to leave. Oh well, at least I was... then not getting to hear them at all, huh? A friend told me he had connections and could get me backstage passes.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, well, I said to him, Yeah, but every time I asked him about it, he'd say... Oh, well... Yeah. Hey, did you get a chance to watch any of the hearings on the tube?
Yeah, I did.
You know something? But when is Ronnie gonna come down and testify, huh?
Oh, shut up.
I mean, that C-chord guy was starting to burn into my TV screen. And where's... North, huh? After all, May is a Nielsen rating sweeps month. Hey, did you make it to the premiere of Beverly Hills Cop 2?
Yeah, I did.
Boy, you've been busy. Well, we understand that Eddie Murphy got a great deal of money for the film.
What's this, $100 bill?
Yeah. I'll listen to him laughing all the way to the bank. I'm Whimsical Will, that's the D-Minute News. Now, back to Dr. Demento on KLSS.
Babies, they make this wonderful noise. In the first 6 months, they make this noises. Scary noise. You expect to walk in the nursery, see the kid 6 feet over the floor going, "Come in, father."
Damien, put the dog down, Damien.
And then comes a very special time. Your first test as a father, a diaper. You're ready. You may be a lumberjack, you may have been a Marine, you may have seen blood and guts, but you've never seen caca like this. It's incredible stuff. It's part toxic waste, part Velcro. First time you peel back that diaper, it's like, honey, I've got it. This is green! This is incredible! What do you feed him, algae? Damn! Oh no! He sucks on mother's milk. What's it do, go to Cleveland before it gets to his... And you're sitting there trying to wipe it off? You can't, you've got a little tiny moist towel there? No good that is. It's like handling radioactive waste with an oven mitt. No good! You're there doing all this, it's all over you. Meanwhile, your dog's over here in the corner going, why don't you just put his face in it? Just do that. You don't need all that stuff. It's foul, foul stuff. It's so bad that 5 months later people go, you have a kid, don't you? Yes, I do. And now that you have a child, you have to clean up your act because you can't drink anymore. You can't come home drunk and go, hey, here's a little switch. Daddy's going to throw up on you. You don't need drugs when you have a kid. You're weak, you're paranoid, you smell bad. It's the same thing. You're like, the baby. And they do incredible things. Babies drive you mad. You're just about to play hand baby and they look at you and go, Daddy. Oh. Then he looks at the dog and goes, Daddy. And the dog looks at you and goes, I'll have to send him to college. Yeah, over here. And they do horrible, horrible things. I've seen him over there sometimes with a cat in midair going, meow. And the cat gets down, looks at him like, God, I know you're a kid by my up, I really am. They have those things. They get away with awful, awful things. I could see them rehearsing emotions. I was looking around the corner. I see the kid looking in the mirror going, ah! No, 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 no. No. Ah! No, 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 no. Ah! Yes! That's the one. And they're horrible science creatures. Don't you see? They know everything you do. My son is 3 years old. He's a big head, little tiny body. It's like daycare center of the damned. And you'll never have sex again once you have a child, because you have this horrible fear you'll be in a passionate love embrace. The door will open, a little face will peek in and go, you're killing Mom! Oh no! And they'll want to know everything. My son is 3. He wants to know everything in the world. He looks up. Why is the sky blue? Well, because of the atmosphere. Why is there atmosphere? Well, because we have to breathe. Why do we have to breathe? Who are you, Carl Sagan? A year ago you were sitting in your own now you want to know everything? You were eating boogers 5 months ago. Now you want to know the nature of the universe, baby Buddha? Who are you? Ask Mommy, she's omnipotent, she knows everything. And you try and do special things for them. I thought I'll take him to Disneyland. That'll be fun. Disneyland for a 3-year-old. Yes, Mickey Mouse for a 3-year-old. Bullshit. Mickey Mouse to a 3-year-old is a 6-foot rat. Mickey Mouse walks up. Hiya, little buddy. And there's Goofy. Oh. It's Dad having an orgasm. Come on. It's over! Oh, God, and you! Your children, you left them at home, didn't you? Either that or they're in the trunk, right? You left them at home with a little old lady who hoped doesn't have a prison record. Yeah. And as you walk away, you're feeling, I'm nothing! Oh, God! But you know, as soon as that door slams, the kid turns to the sitter and goes, old lady, they're out of here, let's party. Let's peel off these Pampers and get crazy. You like Fisher-Price music? Don't you see, children? You can't live with them, you can't live with them. They've got you. And I can't spank him if he does something wrong. I go to spank him, he's like, you hit me, I'll write a book. Okay. Mommy talked to you, didn't she?
Yeah. And I know where the trust fund is.
Come on, come here. Oh, God, I got it. And there are times he looks at you like,
Daddy, I love you.
And don't you see? They're going to do everything for him. Work with him, raise him, nourish him, spend time with him. And 16 years from now, he's going to do to me what I did to my father. He's going to walk right up to me, look me right in the eye and go, God, Dad, you're f***ing. My father will be standing right behind him going, yes!
Robin Williams on the Dr. Demento Show. He mentioned Damien in that cut. You can listen to Damien with the best in classic rock every afternoon, every weekday afternoon from 2 to 6 p.m. here on 97.1 KLSX. Robin Williams talking about childhood from his latest album, A Night at the Met. Like so many recent comedy albums, that was also a cable TV special. And before Whimsical Will's Demented News, thank you, Will, Woody Allen made his living as a stand-up comedian for half a decade in the 1960s while he was trying to persuade people to give him money so he could make movies. Well, Woody no longer has to do stand-up comedy on the nickel and dime circuit, smoke-filled dens of iniquity, but it's nice we still have the 3 albums that he made in those days. Woody Allen with Kidnapped. You can hear the Dr. Demento Show, by the way, all across America and up into Canada on the Westwood One Radio Network and all around the world on Armed Forces Radio, but only on 97.1 KLSX. Can you hear the Dr. Demento Show live? In the next set, we'll have the latest stand-up comedy recording in the Demento archives, the very newest one and also one of the very oldest ones. Dr. Demento here, 97.1 KLSX, Los Angeles, the home of classic D. Betcha for Southern California. Our phones are still open. Our request lines. Time to call in your vote for the Funny Five. In Los Angeles and vicinity, it's 520-9797. In Orange County, the 714 area code, it's 541-9797. Stand-up comedy, our subject for the evening. Well, that's one form of entertainment that just about has to be recorded live if you're going to record it at all. But in the early days of phonographs and records, live recording was impossible. They just did not have the technology. But there was plenty of stand-up comedy around that demanded to be recorded, so they did the best they could. Stand-up comedians, of course, always pause after their punchlines, so people can laugh and not miss the next line. And knowing just when to come back and do that next line is one of the trickiest things that stand-up comedians have to learn. The best ones just kind of have a sixth sense about it. But what do you do if there's no audience? Well, Cal Stewart, who was by far the best-selling early-day comedian on records, had a nice solution. He simply laughed at all his own jokes. Nearly all of Cal Stewart's hundreds of records had to do with a character that he invented named Uncle Josh, a crusty old New England farmer who often had quite a time coming to grips with modern technology, like the time he bought his first automobile. Uncle Josh on 97.1 KLSX.
Well, sure, I've gone and done it. Yes, sir, Nancy nagged at me till I bought an automobile. It come one day last week, and Nancy ain't been as tickled over anything since her crazy quilt took a prize at the county fair as she was over that joy wagon. Well, I felt it in my bones. I'd made a fool of myself, or soon would, so next day I filled it full of gasoline and got all ready to take Nancy, Jim Lawson, and Ezra Hoskins out for a ride. I got out the book of rules, and the more I read it, the less I knew about the innards of that machine. Jim said I had to turn a crank to shoot it off. I turned that crank until my eyes stuck out, but it wouldn't budge. Nancy said the bobbin was wound too tight, or else the shuttle was threaded wrong. By that time, all Funkin' Center was there and giving advice. Lige Willis said I ought to talk kindly to it and offer it some oats. Hank Weaver said I ought to lead it around for a spell until it got to know me. And Cy Pettingill said maybe I hadn't watered it yet, and Deacon Witherspoon wanted to offer prayer. Well, I grabbed hold of that crank again, and it flew back and hit me on the shins, and I sat down in the yard to think it over, and Nancy said the language I used was just shameful. Just then Jim Lawson said, "Don't this plug go in somewhere?" We found where it went, and I turned the crank, and that machine began to rear and snort. It run over Hank Weaver's dog, tore a hole through Willett's picket fence, knocked over Cy Pettingill's beehives, and kept right on a-going. Well, I worked every lever that machine had, and every one made it go faster. Nancy was screaming, Ezra Hoskins was praying, and it wouldn't be right to tell what Jim Lawson was doing, but Nancy said it sounded like he was talking to the Lord. Just then we went through Ab Whitaker's wheat field and started on fire, and I managed to steer it out onto the turnpike road, but that didn't help matters any, cause it only hit the road once in a while. It tore down the toll gate, ripped off one side of the covered bridge, then started off through Jay Fisher's pasture and killed 4 sheep and a calf, and then run into a haystack and blowed up. All I've got to show for that joyride is a broken leg, some rubber tires, 6 lawsuits, and a mortgage on the farm. Nancy said if we ever own another one, we'll have a regular chiffonnier to run it. I ain't saying much, but I've got a lingering suspicion that all my joyriding will be done in an old buckboard wagon.
I'm going to talk to you about driving, because I've had my problems, and I must tell you about my problems driving. First of all, in different cities. and puts up the dip signs out there. Does it make sense to put up a dip sign 2 inches before you get to the dip? You're driving the car, so what's the sign? The sign says dip. If you want to help somebody, put it after you hit the dip. You know, you just hit a dip. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, in San Francisco, it's a different story. In San Francisco, they have these hills that have got to be the worst hills in the world to build a city around or in or on. It's fantastic. And it has nothing to do with shifting gears or anything. It's just that these hills are fantastic. They go straight up and straight down. And even with a high dramatic, I've worried. At times I've gone up to the top of some of these things. You get up to the top and the car's still going up. And you say, where's the land, for crying out loud? It's the only time I've ever stood up in the car. Where out the land, for crying out loud? And then when I did go down, I went straight down like this. You know, the guys would put the brake on. Are you crazy? The back of the car flip over this way. The insurance company won't cover you if you had a head-on collision with a hill. I'll tell you that. They built a street up there called Lombard Street that goes straight down, and they're not satisfied with you killing yourself that way. They put grooves and curves and everything in it, and then they put flowers there where they buried the people that have killed themselves. Lombard Street, wonderful street. I had this Volkswagen, a guy lent me a Volkswagen. Now, I don't get along at all with a clutch. That's all there is to it. You don't even have to look for my car if you want to tell if I've been there. Just take a sniff and smell the clutch, that's all. I'll burn out a clutch in a minute. And first gear is not my best friend in the world, that's all. I get the hiccup, you know. And, the second gear is not too bad. Third is great. Once I get in the third, I'm not shifting back for nobody. That's all. I'll run over a guy before I have to go back into first gear again. Forget it. Boy. So I'm driving around the city, and I had to take this hill because they put up a detour sign. So I said, well, if I'm going to take this hill, I'm really going to take it and get right over it, boy. And I gunned up the motor. 20, 60, 80. I get up to the top. I'm ready to go over. I look to the right. Somebody put a stop sign up at the top of the hill. And I said, you got to be kidding me. Nobody in his right mind puts a stop sign up at the top of a hill like this. I figured the city didn't do it. Some nut went out to the Army-Navy store, bought himself a stop sign, he's got a spyglass, looks through it, look, Martha, we caught somebody down there. So I'm caught, and I put the brake on. And I know if I don't hurry, I'm going to lose my right leg because all the blood's draining down to my hip. And I figured the time it takes me to get off of the brake and get to the accelerator, I will have drifted into the bay. And if you die that way, they won't let you in the heaven. You go up, you see St. Peter, says, how'd you die? Me and a Volkswagen drifted backwards into the bay. You go to hell. So I said, I better give it a try. I look in the rearview mirror. Now there's a car behind me. Well, I don't want this guy to know I can't drive, so I said, come around, idiot, come around. He can't hear me because he's busy telling the guy behind him, come around, idiot, come around. They caught 13 million of us on that hill. And we all made an agreement. We put on the emergency brake and we turned it into a used car lot. That's all we did.
Okay. Oh, gosh. That was Bill Cosby. Back before he got caught doing dirty things. Like 30 years before he got caught doing dirty things. So, what? I guess I'm going to put you on pause while I go in. Alright now, put me on pause. That's right, Chad. And look, you missed the 3. Alright now, 3. There was no 3. There was a 3 there just a second ago, Danny D. How come I didn't get to see the 3? Because we were busy listening to Bill Cosby. Alright now. Maybe there'll be a 3 when I get back. We'll see. Oh, no 3. Sorry. Ah, come on now, Danny D. You can stand here. You can sit here for 3 minutes. No, I can't, Chad. I can't do that. If a 3 comes up on its own, then that's fine. But I can't sit here and wait for a 3 to come up, Chad. Sorry. I don't even know if we're going to have enough time to listen to all of the rest of this, because we got here so fast. I should have started the CD a little bit early. Speaking of CDs, I found a new CD in the CD section. Oh, really? Why didn't you find it in the dog food section? I won't tell you what CD it is just yet. I'll wait till I play it. The new one, just brand new, just came out, but it's of old music. Let you stew on that for a while. All right, we got to play this, or we're not going to hear it all.
To Indianapolis for the races out here. It's a beautiful day for the races, not a cloud in the sky. 150,000 people are waiting for this great event, and what a spectacle, what a wonderful spectacle. I'll describe the whole thing now. The boys are coming around the turn. I believe it's a perfect shot as they come down here. The green flag waves, the starter says okay, and there they go! It's car number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. Jack, hit me again, dealer. Number 10 is taking the lead around the par 30 goes. Number 13, 16, 17, the green car, blue car. The first car by the steps will be number 10. Here he comes down Australia way, 135 miles an hour. There he goes now. Car number 3, 4, 9. A wreck in the par 30, man skidding around, out of control, up to the fence, down to the fence. And let's hit carefully. He's going to hit the fence. Please don't hit that fence. He hit it. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a very slight accident on the par 30 involving 35 cars. I have my assistant Poodle on track with a traveling microphone. I'm going to have him cross where that driver is. Take it away, but be careful. I'm down the track now, and as I cross the track, number 3 went by there. As I cross the track, 4 went by there. Well, I'm having a little trouble getting across the track. Here's the driver of that car. Say a few words, driver, so everybody will know you're perfectly okay. You just turned the driver of that car. He's all right. Finish the race, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doodles, we are back at the stand for the finish of the races. For you people who tuned in late, number 13 just set a record. There he goes now, passing everybody. Every eye is glued on that car. Looks very funny with all those eyes glued on it. Here he goes. There he goes again. Look at that boy drive. Look at him go. He's really moving. There he goes again. Look up. He went by twice. And here's a little midget racer doing well. Look at that little midget. The midget racer went by 9, 12. P38. How'd that get in the race? And up 12, 9. And the best man is number 13. Around the turn, down to the green flag. He's coming down here for that 10. You think of the perfect finish down here. I believe he's going to be the winner. The crowd is going mad as he comes down, and there goes the winner!
97.1 KLSX, Spike Jones strikes again with Doodles Weaver doing the commentary. And we had two riotous stand-up comedy bits about driving. Bill Cosby driving in San Francisco. And from 1916, Uncle Josh buys an automobile from the Victor Talking Machine Company, as done by Cal Stewart. Well, as I promised, here is the newest comedy album to come our way, Emo Phillips.
Oh, the weirdest thing happened. I'm walking down the street and I say to myself, my gosh, that's Jimmy Peters. And I haven't seen him since 3rd grade. And I went up to him and I slapped him on the back and said, how's it going, you old moron? You drunken reprobate? And I knock him down and he starts screaming, oh, Marty, Marty. And I realized, wait a second. If that's Jimmy Peterson, he would have grown up too. Oh, boy. Imagine me within a stone's throw away from Harvard. I was walking here, this guy gives me a pamphlet. It says, by the time you have finished reading this, another person in the world will have died from... So I stopped reading right there. I'm not gonna kill someone, just to finish a sentence, I sense a rising anti-intellectualism in this nation, don't you? The other day I was hanging floss out on the line to dry. This guy comes to our house, says, I'd like to read your gas meter. I said, whatever happened to the classics? Nothing I like better than sitting in front of a roaring fireplace with a copy of War and Peace. A big fat book like that will feed a fire for 2 hours. Yeah. I had an argument with my father. I argued that Plato was the father of philosophy. My dad takes the opposite position, that I should wax the kitchen floor. I said, well, the kitchen floor doesn't exist. At least not in the permanent sense that the concept floor does. He said, do you think the concept your skull exists? I said yes, and then he surprised me by juxtaposing the two concepts. He's a kidder.
Emo Phillips on the Dr. Demento Show with his latest album, Emo Phillips at the Hasty Pudding Theater. That was actually 2 cuts called Finding the Microphone and Duck-Billed Platitudes. We're saluting stand-up comedy on the Dr. Demento Show on 97.1 KLSX. One rather effective device many stand-up comedians have used is to hold an imaginary telephone conversation where the audience is left to imagine what the party on the other end of the line is saying. 2 fine examples in the next segment. One by Lily Tomlin. We'll also have a popular piece of demented music all about telephones. Be back in 90 seconds.
Oh, other voices on the line. Isn't that picky? $12.50 a month doesn't buy perfection. Oh, listen, Vito. Vito, what's the house like? Where are you? In the living room? All maple and chintz? I love it. I bet it's got one of those cute little telephone tables with a special place for the directory. I knew it. Well, Vito, what about the rest of the house? Well, do the Mr. and Mrs. sleep together? Well, pretend you have to check a wire. Go take a look. I'm lineman for the county, and I work the main... Vito, I'm here, yes? So what about the bedroom? No kidding. No wonder she's so crabby. Has she given you anything to eat yet? Not even a can of beer? Put her on, let me talk to her. Listen, you. This is Miss Tomlin with a word for you about common manners. You just listen to me and don't interrupt. Your repairman is a human being, too. And the sooner you people realize it, the quicker you're going to get your phones fixed. Now, just a second. I'm just going to say this once very clearly. You want service on your line? You want to be able to report a fire, call a loved one far away? You get your little fanny out to that early American kitchen and get Vito something to eat and drink. You got 1 minute. Now move. Vito, is she doing it? Running to the kitchen. If we play our cards right, you can have lunch there every day this week. Fix the phones, I don't know, about cocktail time on Friday. Good. Oh, listen, my board's lighting up. But if she doesn't come up with something better than a Unita biscuit and a cup of soup, you call me back. Oh, Vito, before you leave today, why don't you short sheet their bunk beds?
Alright, we're going to end it there. Obviously, I didn't time this out right, but that's okay. We might need a few extra minutes tomorrow. So we'll just pick it up from there tomorrow. If that's okay with you. And we made it. We really did make it. Because deuces, peace out, peace tea out, IBC root beer out, 10-4 over and out. 803 and out. 803, Danny D, 803. Yeah, there you go, Danny D. Yep, there you go, Chad. Bye. Click.